Eric Raide, who is our CAS, our CEO, Konza Technopolis, Engineer Tanui, and my colleague here, Professor Mwita, all distinguished guests here today. Mine is to convey the apologies of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Isaac Kosgei, was not able to be here today because of an emergency, an urgent assignment he had to attend to. And so he told me to come here and kick off this workshop that starts today and tomorrow. So kindly accept his apologies. I don't have much to say. Really, I want to thank you for making time to be here. CS, thank you so much. CEO, thank you. You've done a wonderful job here. I've never been here before. I always pass, so I didn't even know the gate. So I was told at the gate, you've got to go for 5 kilometers. So I was preparing to travel for 5 kilometers. I can say you have really done a wonderful job. And I think this is the best place to have had this workshop today. Because as we prepare for tomorrow, for me, Konza is one of those that puts Kenya in the global map in terms of infrastructure. It will just give us the right picture of what happens out there. In fact, one time I was telling somebody, how will we ever live in this Nairobi of ours? Because I didn't expect, it was about 15 years, 20 years ago. I didn't expect that we would have a new Nairobi. And I think Konza is that new Nairobi that we have been looking forward to. So I want to thank you so much for this effort that you have put in. I also want to thank the organizers of this event, of course my team from Moi University, together with the funding organization, that is the Royal Academy of Engineering, really to have this satellite event to discuss the challenges and opportunities that engineering has today. And I think for the next 2 days, really we will be able to come up with very interesting observations on what engineering can do to make this country, to make this world a better place. I think engineering is the engine that engineers the world. Because if you imagine anything, it's all about engineering. I started my travel in the morning from Eldoret. And when I was seated just next to a gentleman who tells me he has a phobia of a takeoff and landing of an aircraft. And I asked him a question, what's the problem? I thought he was sick. Because when we took off like this, he closed his eyes like this, and, So I asked him, what's the problem? Sometimes you may not know the neighbor, what is feelings. But then I thought, who really came up with this idea of flying? It's about engineers. It is about, it is one of the fantastic ideas. It's about one of the fantastic innovations that we have ever had in this world. That you can have breakfast in Eldoret, have lunch in Nairobi, take dinner in Mombasa, and back you can sleep in Eldoret. It is amazing, I'm telling you. And engineers will give us breakthrough. We didn't have power. Today, my village is well lit. I never knew I would ever live in my village because, see, when you study outside, when you come back and you find there's no light, you've seen you know how it works. Eh? There was a team that normally somebody designed it, engineers also. they designed it to make it light at night. But today, pressing the button and there is light. If you look at what happened, it's about somebody who thought about the idea of lighting. It's about engineers. Issues of water, everything is about engineering. We are here today to discuss what challenges are we facing as engineers. What are these opportunities? What is it that we can do better to make this country a better place? And so we are here today to discuss challenges and opportunities for engineering. This work is driven by engineers. Moi University, we are taking the lead. We do a lot of engineering. Of course, we have our engineering programs. But over and above that, we also engage in textile manufacturing. I think we have one of the largest textile industry in this country. We call it Rivertex. And it's all about engineering, because basically it's textile engineering. We also have assembly of digital devices. We are assembling mobile devices. We assemble for the primary schools. You must have seen primary schools now have computers. We have also assembled the one that was used recently by the Kenya National Bureau for the Census. We need it in Eldoret. Again, it's all about engineering. I'm not an engineer myself, but I just fantasize. I love engineering because they make things happen. I never knew that I would make a phone call. When I was in high school, not high school, rather when I was in my undergraduate studies, I used to write letters from where I was abroad. And I would write a letter this week. That letter would take 6 months before I would get it back. So you can imagine waiting for a reply for 6 months. Today, my brother is in China. Every minute, he keeps texting me on WhatsApp, how is everything? And I tell him everything is fine. Every minute, WhatsApp. I used to take 6 months to get a reply because we used to use a box. You see, they use a box. My father used to use a box of a primary headmaster. So he would go to open his box every month when he's going for his salary. So you can imagine how difficult that was. There was no telephone. I remember when he tried to call, he would go queue. There used to be those booths. He would queue for an hour, but he wouldn't make it through because sometimes he would want to make a reverse call, and there's a long queue. I mean, we have come from far, engineers. We are here today. How can we make it better going forward? So as we are here, the country is positioned. We have SDGs, we have Vision 2030, we have the Big Four agenda. And I think we are the team that can drive this agenda forward. In conclusion, I want to thank the organizers of this event. I want to thank our partners, private sector, Safaricom, of course, our regulator, Engineers Board. I want to thank even the funding organization, Royal Academy or Royal Engineering Academy. I know there are other functions going on concurrently for this kind of discussion. But hopefully, by the close of tomorrow, we will have fantastic ideas on how we are going to drive this country forward. Thank you so much, and looking forward for a fruitful discussion. Thank you.